hitting it. Just weren't aggressive. The water temperature is cold. It's only 55 degrees, 57 in some shallows. Now, there's what I did. I went to lighter line on a spinning gear, and that's your Senko. Now, that's the same color Senko that we use in the Ica tubes, and we did very well on the Northeast River with that. Now, this is a hefty bass. Now, he's not that long, but it weighs 2 1/4, almost 2.5 pounds. And you see, you use a very light weight. This is a 32nd ounce weight on that bait with a red hook. Now, it's not red because these are Daiichi. So this is a bleeding bait hook. And if you notice, some of that red is missing off the bend of the hook. That creates contrast. You never want to use a bait that has more than 25% red in it when you're using a bleeding bait hook. And when you chip off some of the red on the hook, and as it gets older and some of the red comes off, that creates contrast. It simulates gill flare. It's not actually blood. That's what they see when shad are being fed upon by bass, and they think that's their gills. That's what they call gill flare. We're going to explain that better in an online seminar. But that's a nice bass. We're going to let it go and get back in here and see if we can catch a few more.
Try to turn another hook.
This is one of the spinner baits that we're using here to catch springtime bass. Springtime bass in the Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, Virginia ponds, lakes, and rivers. These are going to be some tips and tactics how to catch not only numbers of bass, but big bass. That's a Terminator spinner bait, Oklahoma blade, and we use Senkos, Berkeley gulp, crankbaits, lipless rattle traps, red. Those are your big main baits that we're going to catch the bass on.
In this case, it's lily pads at this particular lake, and you're working there with rattle traps and spinner baits multiple times. This is our third pass back through, casting to the exact same areas, and out of nowhere that bass hit. What we're doing is paralleling the shore, so we're keeping our bait in the strike zone as opposed to casting in and then it's only in there for a second. That particular bass happened to hit on the spinner bait. The other one that I caught that was about the same size hit the red rattle trap.
Now this is in water that's about 1 foot deep, sometimes less.
Sometimes anywhere from 6 inches to about 3 feet, but generally no deeper than that. Nice bass, Steve. All right, well, let's get some still pictures of that one.